This one's called The Two Asteroids, Take Two. It was back in 2017, somewhere toward the end of 2017. I wrote this down because I have a tendency to, I could probably say it all, but sometimes I have the tendency to be direct and to the point, and sometimes I leave out details, so I wanted to get the whole thing down, so I wrote it down. That way it would be complete. But this is the very first dream that I think that I ever had, and it was a God dream, and it was so real. It, I was in outer space, and I don't know, I just all of a sudden was in outer space. I don't like anything about outer space or anything like that, and I was actually freaking out. I was just floating in space, and I start holding my breath, and I was sure I was going to die. And I thought if I moved just a little bit, I'd start spinning and start spinning out of control. Uh, I was literally freaking out and holding my breath. And then a slight breeze started blowing on my face. And just a voice, and it said, "Calm down and breathe. You're not spinning. You're having a dream. Take it all in." And I was like just instantly calmed. Wow, I was so instantly calmed, I was literally comfortable. And that slight breeze was still on my face, and so I just started taking it all in. So I started looking around, and I noticed I wasn't spinning or anything like that. But I looked around. I didn't see anything I recognized at all. I didn't see any sun. I didn't see any kind of planets. I didn't recognize any star clusters. I think probably the only star cluster I'd know to look for would be like the Big Dipper or something like that. Uh, that's about it. Uh, anyway, I was made to know, look to my right. So I looked to my right, and I saw a small movement flickering. Then I saw two things like moving and flickering. So I just watched it for a while. Then I noted it was asteroids tumbling, and they were still a long ways off. But they were coming closer and closer, coming toward me. Oh no. Yes. And they were just tumbling, and they were both on the same path. They were spaced apart. And yeah, they weren't going to hit me, but I could tell they were going to come in front of me. And the first asteroid came tumbling and arrived, and it stopped right in front of me. And I couldn't tell how big it was because there was nothing to compare its size to. All I know, it was in front of me. It could have been, uh, no telling even how far in front of me it was, because when you're in space, there's nothing to reference how far anything is away from you, how big it is, because there's nothing to compare it to. It could have been as big as a house, could have been big as a football field, could have been much bigger than that. I just don't know, but it looked big. And like I said, it rolled up and it stopped right in front of me, and then it rolled over. And then I'm going to say, like engraved in white, pure light, was writing on it that I didn't understand at all. And there was symbols, and there was like 4 on top and 4 on bottom, and I was looking at it, and as soon as I was looking at it, the asteroid just took off, and it started rolling and tumbling again on its continued path. And so I watched it heading off, and I thought, well, the other one's coming. So I turned and looked back to my right. And sure enough, like I said, they were spaced out from each other, but they were on the exact same path. So this one came up and did the exact same thing. It stopped in front of me, and then it rolled over. And once again, the symbols were wrote in light. And I was looking at it. I didn't know what it was. I think I kind of noticed something that looked like a 7, or I wasn't sure. But see, in my head, I was flipping the symbol over to try to make sense of it. Is it a 7? Is it an L? And so I'm flipping stuff over in my head, and I don't know why I was flipping them over. But anyway, they kind of look like this right here. And these are some of the symbols that were on it. I can't remember what the other ones were, or if they were part of the same ones or different ones. And this is definitely not the order they were in, because like I said, it was a dream, and I don't know why I was flipping stuff over trying to make sense of it. But so anyway, it stayed in front of me a much longer time to really look at it, and then it took off and started tumbling on the same path as the other one. And so I sit there, watched them, and it was just like when I was watching them come up before me, now I'm watching them go away from me. And as I'm watching them, I just know that they're headed to the earth. But where nothing was recognizable as far as in outer space, and the feeling I got, it wasn't like going to happen real soon. That part I kind of know. But like I said, this was back in 2017. I mean, we're definitely much further along now. So, man, I just wished I'd woken up and wrote those down. I do know that these symbols are in Psalms 119, and I have read it, and I don't have any more understanding on it. But I wanted to make this video, and hopefully somebody's got something on it. All glory to God.